After months of rumors, the Nike ZoomX Streakfly is finally here. Described as Nike's fastest running shoe. While this is supposed to be Nike's fastest road racing shoe, is this the fastest running shoe for you? Today let's review the Nike ZoomX Streakfly. Finally, Nike has made a 5K racing shoe for us, and I'm going to cover my experience in them. Fortunately, I've been able to spend just under 50 miles in the shoe and have 2 races under my belt. This features Nike's most premium midsole. ZoomX is going to allow for the greatest amount of energy return, meaning as you push your foot into the ground, how your foot comes off of it. Inside, you'll find a P-Bax plate, which is going to add just a little bit of rigidity towards the forefoot to the midfoot, which is going to allow, again, for like kind of like a springy type of sensation. The shoe is very lightweight, and so if you're coming from like a track spike, you're only getting a little bit of additional weight, and if you're coming for something like Vaporfly Next Percent, you're actually going to get a bit lighter in this. The stack height is actually pretty low to the ground as well, looking at 31 millimeters. His outsole is clutch. Featuring blown rubber towards the front is going to offer lightweight, high traction. And as you move more towards the midfoot, towards the heel, you've got a lot of exposed foam. And so where I appreciate the savings in weight, I am not loving the fact that it's getting ripped through. And as I mentioned, I've got less than 50 miles in this shoe. I appreciate it as you get more towards the heel, there's some additional cutaway, which is going to just save on overall weight. And then as I mentioned earlier, you've got a little bit harder rubber here. It's offering just a little bit of additional like stability so the shoe doesn't feel too sloppy when you run in it. This upper is actually pretty good. Not only in terms of the material being used, the lacing, the lay flat tongue, it just feels good on your foot. Now the one thing that kind of threw me off a bit, however, was the overall fit for this shoe. Front to back, it was a little bit big, but side to side, it was actually quite big. And I considered sizing down, but I didn't, but I would certainly say to you, consider going a half a size down in this shoe. I actually find myself between 11 and 11 and a half, so that ends up being where I kind of stay when I get to 11 and a half. But these are the first Nike shoe in a while that felt a little bit big. Love the fact that he got a bumper in the back just for some additional support, a nice rigid heel counter, and Nike always gets these subtle touches just right. So when it comes to overall performance, lightweight racing shoe. That should be the primary reason that you pick this shoe up. 5K, 10K, do it. If you're looking for a shoe that you can just like bang out some intervals, and when I say intervals, I mean pretty much everything 600 meters down to 100 meters, you're going to be good with these, particularly on the track. I find that these are a nice alternative to putting on a spike, allows you a great deal of flexibility, decent amount of traction, and your feet don't feel as beat up. Now, in terms of just pure speed, I do believe these are the fastest road shoe that Nike has. And all the elements are there, the lightweight, the good ground contact, the good traction. However, as the race goes on and on, I believe there's a debate potentially about whether or not you would prefer to wear these for a 5K or wear something like the Vaporfly or Alphafly if you're into that type of thing. Overall, as long as you consider these as an upgraded Nike Streak and not a downgraded Vaporfly, you're going to be money in these shoes. For my mid-distance runners, everything from 800 meters to 5K, maybe even 10K, I'd recommend these shoes. However, for my marathoners looking for a Nike lightweight running shoe, maybe. But I think you can do better in terms of grabbing something that's going to last for a bit longer, particularly because it's exposed foam. And as I mentioned, the feels are just so different from the overall race shoes. So tools are amazing, but workouts are the thing that's actually going to get you feeling even more prepared for race day. And I've got a playlist here for you on how you can run your fastest 5K. I'll see you next time. Jordan Thomas, peace.